And we are continuing this midday with the latest out of Walterboro as the double murder trial of Alex Murdaugh continues. Now, we want to take you back into the courtroom for what was a dramatic moment in court right before the judge called a recess. Now, the prosecution hired veteran trial attorney well known here in Richland County, John Meadors. Meadors brought Laura Rutland to the stand. Now, Rutland is a detective with the Colleton County Sheriff's Office, and on the night of the murders, she was tasked with getting a search warrant for that Moselle property. Now, during her testimony, she said even though Alex Murdaugh had told the 911 operator that he had touched both bodies to see if Maggie and Paul were alive, he was not covered in blood, despite the fact that everyone has described it as a very bloody crime scene.
Is the individual in this courtroom who told you he tried to take the pulse of Maggie and Paul, is the individual in this courtroom who told you he tried to turn Paul over, told you that once, twice, is the individual in this courtroom that you took that statement from, that we saw in this video, in this courtroom, and is the individual you described as clean from head to toe in this courtroom?
Yes, he is.
Please point him out for the jury.
He's sitting at the defense table wearing a grayish-brown jacket and a white shirt.
Your Honor, we'd like the record to reflect she has pointed out the defendant, Richard Alexander Murdaugh.
It does.
Thank you. That's all I have.
All right, well, again, during yesterday's testimony, you'll remember they finally played that entire not redacted 911 call where you can hear Alex Murdaugh telling that 911 operator that he had already touched both bodies. Now, after that moment that you just saw, Judge Clifton Newman decided to give the jury a break, asking them not to discuss the case with each other while they were on that break. All right, this is a big day in court. We want to talk about more about this powerful testimony from Laura Rutland. So we want to bring in News 19's Sam Perez, who is live in Walterboro with more on what she has seen at the trial today. But certainly, I think, Sam, today was a big day for the prosecution.
Yes, Andrea, as you mentioned, I'm outside the Colleton County Courthouse right now, where Laura Rutland with the Colleton County Sheriff's Office is being cross-examined by the defense. Rutland responded to the scene on June 7th, 2021, where she observed defendant Alex Murdaugh. She was asked by the prosecution today what she saw when looking at him.
How would you describe the defendant's hands when you saw him when you were interviewed? How would you describe his hands?
They were clean. Clean.
How would you describe his arms?
They were clean.
How would you describe his t-shirt?
Clean.
How would you describe his shorts?
Clean.
How would you describe his shoes?
They were clean.
Is the individual you described as clean from head to toe in this court?
Yes, he is.
Please point him out.
He's sitting at the defense table wearing a grayish-brown jacket and a white shirt.
Defense attorney Jim Griffin is currently asking Rutland more details about the day. To start out, he noted that Rutland said Murdaugh was clean. Griffin asked if he looked like someone who had just killed his wife and son. Considering there was no blood on him, Rutland said she couldn't be sure. Reporting live in Walterboro, Sam Perez, News 19 WLTX.
All right, thank you so much, Sam. We got to get Sam back into the courtroom there to continue to listen to that testimony. But again, right now in court, the defense attorney, Jim Griffin, is doing that cross-examination of Rutland. The points he has made so far in that cross-examination, he said that even though she did, in fact, get that search warrant for the Moselle property, Alex had already given his consent for deputies to search his home and search his property. And that has been a continued theme for the defense, is that he has willingly given up his cell phone and his property to be searched. So that is where we are this midday. We are going to continue to have full trial coverage for you on air and online. Make sure, if you would like to watch this at your desk today, we are streaming it live all day on our YouTube. Just go to News 19 on YouTube and also watch WLTX Plus for the very latest.